I'll run over there and take a look. Now we're going to pound this side. Because we're trying to get the angle as close as possible. I went over there to go take a look, and it wasn't quite there yet. There's some more. Success. Now, of course, you're going to have to do some tweaking. As you can see, I pulled these bolts out, so that way I can do that. Then I'm going to have to tweak some more, because I'm going to have to move this in more, get it at an angle, so that way I can get it to go over this all the way, so that way I have plenty of room to be able to work with. You want more meat to work with when it comes to metal. I'll go ahead and take care of that. What we're going to want to do here is, we got this on here. I got it all adjusted the way that I like. It's got plenty of room on here, so when we go to bolt this in, it'll look right. And because this has its own little nut, or it's tapped, I guess you could say, all we got to do is make a hole so that way it can go in. The back of the ignition coil, what that screws down to, also has, when I make that L bracket, when I go to stick it on here, all I gotta do is drill the holes out, put this in the back, and go to town. So I'm gonna show you exactly what's going on here. We know where this is at. When we slide along here, we can see exactly, but we gotta remember there's the curvature. So we go with the best guess for this. And of course we do the same thing for the other side. Now, we lift up a little bit. We're able to see that somewhere around like here. Well, a little bit more over here. But, gotta remember, we're elongating the hole here. And it's gonna go in there. Same way over here. Now you notice that this is gonna be moving, and that's fine by me. Let's see, I'll mark it right there. And is this a good idea? Right around there. Got the areas marked somewhat. And if you notice, they're almost close to the sides. Almost. But we're going to elongate it. This gives us an area in which we can work with. And we don't want to go past a certain mark, because we need to have areas on here. So we'll work on this one first. As you can see right here, idea of where we're going to be drilling at, or what we should be drilling at. Now we're going to need that bolt. Now this bolt is about 1/4 of an inch, not more. It's always hard to do this, especially when I don't have one of those round things that do the measurement. We always go with the small. I recommend going with 1/8. 1/8. Put that inside your drill. That way we can get a pilot hole going. Never, you want to start out small, because just in case you screw up. That's from experience. We know exactly where we want to have it at. So, we'll put the pilot hole exactly where we want to have it at. And always double check over there. Especially, you want to check and make sure. Check, double check, check for a third time. That should work out. Now we'll elongate. Remember, we don't want to go too far to the right, and we have an area marked on there so that way we have an idea. Alright, so when I say step, I mean one of the deburring ones. I use this to deburr. I've had these for God knows how long. Had these for 16 years. Alright. Now what it does is when you drill through here, it also deburrs as well. And it's got the 3/8 mark on here, which I'm guessing that is. So I went ahead and went all the way past the 3/8, deburred, and then we're going to double check. Because we want to get this right, so that way we're not doing a bunch of things. Oh. And then deburr the other side. You can get these pretty cheap over at Harbor Freight. We are a little off, as I figured we would be. So I'll go up to 7/16. And of course, deburr. So the nice thing about these is that take it off and you don't have to file it. Nice and clean. Now I have a little bit of a problem here. I am off a little bit from the center of this. Even though I did it right, I am off. So, I think in this case, I'll go ahead and use my round file. So that way I can get a little bit more chunk out of there. I'll double check. Alright, so now comes time in which I gotta take this area off and I'll round it off to what I want. Now, the reason why I adjusted it, or did what I did earlier, bend it a little bit so that way it gets as close as possible to there. Now, because of that, I discovered that this area is going into the head, or the valve cover. We don't want it to go into the valve cover. And just to let you know, I was taking a look online to see how much this cost for like a kit, and the bracket itself is 40 bucks. But they sell these kits, which includes the ignition coil wires to be able to do it, but it's running somewhere between 60 to 75 bucks. I'm like, no freaking way I want to pay that much money for that. I was like, screw that. It's like, I can build this myself. It's simple enough. We got the one area done. So next I'll take a look at the other and repeat doing the same. Alright, so alright, after everything done, I was able to secure it, elongated it, as you can see. Because even though I had my measurements on there, I didn't compensate for the aftermark of over here. I think I might have some aluminum on, which all I have to do is draw that hole. And as you can tell, once I get this hooked up, this will work inside there perfectly. As you can tell, I went ahead and made that L-shaped bracket. Ground down an area. Then I drilled the hole. Well, drilled a hole inside here, which I'm gonna go ahead and feed this bolt through, which will hold down to the ignition lock on the bike. And as you can see, for mock-up purposes, we have it like this. And as you can see on here, I got it mocked out. And then, of course, I will need to pound out at the center. Well, actually, that's what this is for. You can use this to predetermine where the holes will be at. Just get it on here, use a center punch on here, and then we'll go from there. So that's just part of it. I mean, I could even drop this down lower if I want. Let's see, for clearance issues. Let's see, yeah, let's get down a little bit lower. Go right there. Yeah, go right like that. Because right now, I'm not going to change out this wire. Yeah, not now. I got other things which I got to deal with, and I got the exhaust. So, yep. So now we got this really mocked up. See exactly where we want to stick it. So now that we got an idea, and of course this is very helpful, we will drill 2 holes on the back of this. And voila. I'm Wild Rider. I hope you enjoyed this video. And go ahead and click that subscribe button and that like button. And until next time, ride safe. And I'll see you in the next ride.